Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy and today I'm bringing you another tag video. This one is called Makeup Addiction Tag and it's just a bunch of questions about makeup and whatnot. But you're lucky because you're getting to learn some stuff about me and I'm a hoot. I mean, yeah, sometimes. My friend Alina on here tagged me in for this video, and thank you, Alina. And if you guys want to check her out, I will put her description, her channel somewhere in here. I'll put her description. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So to get started, the first question is, how long have I been addicted to makeup? I've always loved makeup and I've always enjoyed watching people do makeup and stuff. When I was a little girl, I used to watch my mom in the mirror put her makeup on. I would watch her do her entire face before work or wherever she went, and I would just literally watch every detail, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. I would watch every little detail that she did and how she would do things just so and everything. But really, probably about when I was about 21 or 20 maybe, was when I really started getting into doing makeup for myself, because all throughout high school I really only wore maybe a lip gloss sometimes, but really it was usually just mascara, which is crazy to me now thinking about that. But yeah, so now I obviously wear all of it because I love all of it, but it really started then. And I remember the first thing I got in terms of eyeshadow was the Maybelline quads that looked like little rectangular shape that had 4 little different colors in them, and they had like a smoky eye quad and like one for blue eyes and stuff like that. And so I remember I had went and bought like all these quads, and I would just sit and practice with them and stuff. So really probably about, you know, from the time I was 21 and up. What is the makeup item you're more addicted to buying? Probably, definitely eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what it is about eyeshadow palettes when I see them, especially if it has a color in it that I don't already have, or if it's like a certain color scheme, like if it's a fall palette or a super springy palette or a super summery palette, something in me is like, I've got to have that. So probably eyeshadow palettes. Second would be mascaras, because I love mascaras. How many of your favorite items do you have? If we're talking about eyeshadow palettes, I have, okay, there's no way I can just count off the top of my head right now, but I can confidently say I have at least 20. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because that's a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I have all the Urban Decay Naked ones and the Naked Smoky ones and the other Naked Smoky one that they came out with, the Vice palettes, several ColourPop palettes, Tarte palettes. I have a lot. I have over 20. That's kind of a lot. Do you buy makeup just to buy it? I used to. I used to buy it just to have that thing. Not just because I'm like a compulsive buyer, because I'm a frugal biddy. Like, I don't spend money unless I absolutely have to. A lot of my makeup is stuff that I ask for occasions. So I'm like, can you get me this for my birthday, please? If I'm talking to my spouse or somebody, you know, whoever. Really, it's only my spouse that gets me stuff. But so I'm like, hey, I'd really like this for my birthday. I really don't always, it's very rarely I spend money just kind of willy-nilly like that. I really don't spend it on myself like that. For my kids, I'm like, but for myself, I'm like, take it back. So a lot of my makeup is things I've collected over time, just from stuff like that. And he's so sweet, sometimes he'll just go and, you know, get me something like that, you know, that I've been saying that I would like to have, just because he's awesome. I mean, that's not the only reason he's awesome, but it's definitely a plus. Do you look at an item and have the need or compulsion to just get one more to complete your collection? Not always, but with saying that, it is so tempting. Like with ColourPop, they're coming out with like so many things, like collections. Like just with the Disney Villains thing they came out with, they had eyeshadow, highlighter, lipstick, lip gloss, and the Jelly Much shadows. I was like, holy crap, I want all of it. and you could actually like buy the PR kit and stuff, I think. And I was like, okay, I obviously can't do that. That's way too much. That's way unreasonable for me to spend. So, or to ask for. I was like, no, that's crazy. I can't do that. But whenever it's something like that, I'm really tempted to want to get it. And you know, they're super tricky on their websites, you know, like with ColourPop or any other one. You order something now, and beneath it, before you like add it to cart, or if you do add it to the cart, a lot of times it'll show you something else that's like, oh, this goes with this if you want this. And you're like, I kind of do want that. But I've got a lot of willpower, so, or I think I do. With makeup, it's hard. I don't know. Do you have more than 10 mascaras? How many are open? Yes, I do. I've probably got around 12 to 15 mascaras. I would say that probably 5 or 6 of them are open. And that is because, now I don't normally like to do that, but I also like trying different mascaras. And if something doesn't work for me, I may just have it in there and not go back to it. Just like I have a Manicadar. It's like a fiber mascara, or no, I don't think it is fiber, I don't know what it is. It's some type of something mascara, and I do not like it. The wand on it is absolutely horrible. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like the spoolie is like normal, and then it goes to nothing on the spoolie, and then stuff on this, like more bristles. It's weird. I don't like it. It's not volumizing. The formula is not good. So like with something like that, it's just open sitting in there, and I don't necessarily want to gift it to someone because it's been on my eye, you know. That's not super sanitary. With powders and eyeshadows and highlighters, you can spray them with like put alcohol in a spray bottle and spray them, and it helps to like sanitize it. But you can't really sanitize something like that, like a mascara or a liquid, anything really. So, or a lip gloss, you know, anything liquid you can't really sanitize. But I don't mind whenever my niece is over. I love my niece. Whenever she's over, I tend to purge a lot of my makeup to her, and I'm like, oh, do you have this, do you have this, do you have this? And she's like, nope. And I'm like, oh, you can have this, you can have this, you can have this. And sometimes it's stuff that I still want, but I also want her to have it. So I just, since I have a lot of stuff, I'm like, here, you can, you know, have it, because she's just kind of starting out with her makeup and whatnot. And so, because she's still very young, but not, she's a baby still to me, but she's not, she's a very much teenager. Do you ever throw makeup away? Yes. If it is old, I don't necessarily go, you know, there's expiration dates on makeup. I don't have anything beside me to show you right now, but it usually has a little container on the back, and it'll say something like 24 months or something like that, and that's the expiration from when you open it. I don't really go by that. I kind of just go by my own knowledge, which that's fine if you want to go by that container if you don't really know, but I kind of go by my own knowledge, my own senses. Does it look right? Does it smell right? Does it feel right? And if it doesn't meet up to my safety like criteria, I just trash it, because I don't want to do something, you know, unsanitary, and, you know, do something that can have serious consequences, such as losing your vision if you use something old or bad in your eyes. You know, I don't want to do something like that. And I have super sensitive skin. If I put something that has bacteria on it or something like that on my skin, it will show. I will break out. It will be obvious. So yes, I do throw away makeup that is expired, or, you know, things like that that's expired to me, not necessarily per the container's instructions. You know, I feel like most things can go a little past their expiration date, except for milk. I would never drink milk past expiration. I don't really like milk anyways. Random fact about me. And it's in a makeup video. Why? Why? I don't know. What is your oldest makeup item? Probably my original Naked palette. That guy's old. And I've spritzed him with alcohol a couple of times. It seems like it's still fine and good shape. He's very old though. I really don't reach for him so much now, just because a lot of, I feel like I'm keeping it out of nostalgia's sake, you know, like I'm having a hard time partying with it. But I feel like a lot of the colors that are in it I have in other palettes, so I don't always gravitate back towards that one. But like I said, I feel like I'm holding on to it just because of nostalgia. It was my first big expensive makeup item, and at the time it was like $55. I think they're still $55, which is crazy. Kudos to Urban Decay for not raising the price if that's what it was. But I feel like it was the same price then and now, and it's been years ago that I got that. But it was my first, you know, high-end brand purchase, and I was obsessed with it, used it every day. I've hit pan on most of the shadows in there. Obsessed, I was. How often do you shop for makeup? This has changed over the years because I used to go look at makeup just to look at it, and if I like could get something I would. Not something very expensive, you know, like I said, I'm super frugal, but it's like, I guess I've changed over the years about what's important. You know, when you start a family, you definitely don't do many things for yourself anymore. And so I barely go like really look at makeup anymore. If I do, it's me by myself and not with my kids because they hate going to Ulta, Sephora. You tell them that and they're like, oh, they literally cannot stand it. They're like, oh, you're in here forever. So I really don't try to drag them there, but they haven't even been in like the last couple years. And if I was to tell them today we're going, they would be like, oh my gosh, we were just there. And I would be like, no, you weren't. So not often. I like to go and look, but a lot of shopping I do now with everything is online because I am a homebody. My brother calls me a hermit. Oh well. I love being like home a lot of times for some reason. It's just who I am. I don't know. Outside of other obligations I have to do, if I like to be home, I need to be home. I need to recharge and to be with myself. But I'm never with myself because I have kids, which is fine. One day your kids won't be there and you'll be sad. It won't, like, nothing, you know, scary or something, I hope, but just, you know, they'll be off doing their own thing and you'll wish they were there. So, take it a day at a time, mamas and daddies. Do you buy any product just for the packaging? That is tempting because I feel like I've kind of gravitated towards this product over this product because of the packaging. I feel like that's definitely happened, but I don't feel like I have bought anything for the sole purpose of the packaging. But I will tell you that I had to use some extreme willpower because Tarte came out with a palette that was so freaking cute that like in the front of the eyeshadow palette, it like moved around, like it had like water and like glitter and all kinds of stuff in it, and it like I can't remember what those things are called, but you know what I'm talking about. You move them in the water and stuff like goes everywhere. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I was like, okay, why do you really need that, Amy? Calm down, you don't really need that. So I had to talk myself out of it. I had to, because that was the only thing that packaging had me like, I want that. But I do love nice packaging. That is something that is aesthetically pleasing to me. It is something that matters to me. So I feel like it's definitely something I look for. But I don't think I've ever bought anything specifically because of the packaging, regardless of what the product was. Do you set an alarm when a new item is released? I did for the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I didn't set an alarm. I just had it written in my phone so that I wouldn't forget the time that it was being released, because I was really excited to get that palette because I was like, oh my god, this has so many colors that I don't have. I really want this. Now granted, this was like 3 years ago or something now. How has it been that long? This was like 2.5, maybe, no, probably not. Okay, it might have been like 2.5 years ago. I don't know, it seems like it's went by so quick. Everything is going by so quick now. But yeah, I did set, like I didn't set anything. I just had it in my phone, in my notes, like, okay, remember, that's when it comes out, get it. And so, yeah. Do I have an Ulta or Sephora app on my phone? No. Do you have so much makeup that you purchase new makeup and forget what you have and purchase it again? I literally am one of those people that knows everything that I have. I know exactly where it is, and I know if it has been messed with. I cannot stand when my stuff is messed with, which isn't relevant to this question, but kinda, because I literally know everything that I have and where it is and where its place is, so that doesn't happen to me where I forget, oh, I already have this primer, I've got to buy another one. That never happens to me. I am just, I don't know, that's the kind of person I am. I want everything where it was, you know, the way that it was, just like that. Especially if it's my personal items. Oh my gosh, ask anybody that knows me. Do not mess with my makeup. I will literally take you into my room and I will show you my makeup. We can look through everything together. But if you just like went in there and started touching stuff, I would literally be like, ah! Because that is like my thing. That's my thing. Just let me have my thing, you know. Guys have their thing. They have their sports, their football, their their lawnmower and they cut grass. I know that's not really a thing, but it kind of is. My neighbor is that way. He's really funny. He's out on his lawnmower a lot. But he's super nice. We like him. But yeah, everybody has their own thing, and that's mine. I just don't want it to be touched. I will be more than glad to show you and do stuff with you and even put makeup on you. Just don't touch it unless I know you're touching it. Do you have so much... Oh, I just... Does makeup make you happy? Yes, it does. I feel like when I know that I'm getting new makeup, it is such an exciting feeling. It is just something that I've always, like I said, had like this kind of connection with and this kind of relationship with, even when I was a little girl, just watching my mom do her makeup. And I think that could be one of the reasons why it's so special to me, is just because of pleasant memories from when I was a kid. That was just something I felt like I bonded with her about. You know, I didn't necessarily, like, I wasn't standing there putting on makeup with her. I just sat and would, you know, watch and like learn stuff. And I feel like now, ever since I started getting into makeup, especially when I was first starting, oh my God, buying makeup and receiving makeup was like such a joy. It was like so much happiness for me. It's just my thing. And like now, like it's just like when I get a BoxyCharm. A lot of people complain like crazy about what comes in their BoxyCharm, and I'm like, look, I know I critiqued stuff in my last box, but critiquing something's okay. I wasn't being a butthole about it. I wasn't being mean. I wasn't like shading people. I was just saying, hey, you know, this is my true opinion on this product, just in case you yourself want to go buy it. Like, you may not want to waste your money if it's something that, you know, I don't, you know, if you trust my opinion, I don't think it's worth getting. But you're still getting so much good stuff for literally $21. So it's like when I get my BoxyCharm every month, I am so excited. You know, I get kind of irritated with BoxyCharm on Instagram because there's no way to not see their spoilers, and I don't like looking at spoilers for anything I get. I like it being like a total surprise. But they kind of ruined it for me this month because they don't really tell you ahead of time before you look at the picture on Instagram that, you know, oh, it's a spoiler or anything like that. I wish they would do that. And I kind of ended up seeing the entire box, and I ended up seeing the entire variation I got. And I was like, well, that sucks, because now I'm like, I was still looking forward to it because I still wanted to try the items, but I wasn't looking forward to it as much. But yes, in a long-winded way to answer that question, I do get happy about makeup. It brings me joy. It brings me happiness. It's something I love to do. I've never done it out of feeling like I had to. I've never done it to impress people. I have never done it to make people think something about me that I'm not. Let me clear something up really quickly, because it drives me crazy. All those things on memes and stuff where people are like, throw her in the pool on the first date and stuff like that, or girls wear too much makeup to look good for guys and other girls or whoever. I'm like, that may be the case with some people, maybe. But the women that I know and the woman that I am, I have never put makeup on a single day in my life for another person. It is, for me, it is something that makes me happy. It is something I love to do. I feel like it's because I'm a super artistic person. I love to draw, paint, and create things. And I feel like that is a part of artistry, and it definitely is doing makeup. And I feel like it is something that I have so much fun doing in my bathroom to myself, just sitting there listening to any kind of whatever music I got. You don't even want to know what's on my playlist. I mean, you might, but you would be surprised. And no one ever can guess what kind of music I listen to. They're like, oh, you listen to pop stuff. I'm like, sometimes. If I'm in the mood for listening to like 90s pop, maybe. But that's not the only kind of thing I listen to. I listen to everything. And I mean everything. But, you know, there's nothing better than just sitting in there having the time to get ready, which I don't really have anymore. But when I do, I sit in there and I have my music on and I'm like, da-na-na, like just taking my time and doing my makeup and getting creative and letting all the creative juices flow. I love it. So, like I said, that was an extremely long-winded way to answer all of those questions. And now you know more things about me. Round of applause. I'm a super private person. That's why it's been a shock to people that I'm doing what I'm doing, because I have been a private person my entire life. I keep everything to myself, everything I do to myself, and now people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you of all people have made a YouTube, because you are so like reserved to yourself about everything. You don't talk about anything to anybody like personal. I don't really talk about personal stuff on here, but a little. It's a little personal sometimes to me, just because, like I said, I don't really tell anybody stuff, so even this little amount of stuff is kind of personal, you know what I mean? So, but I'm trying to branch out, and I'm trying to be a little more whatever, you know, whatever word that is. I don't know. I haven't had my coffee today, so you know if I haven't had my coffee. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, Elena, for tagging me in this video. And who would I like to tag? I'm not sure if she's been tagged or not, but I'll tag Robin's Beauty over 50. I would like to tag you. And I will tag a newer subscriber that I have, Rebecca Riddle. And she's a sweet girl also, from what I've seen. We've just subscribed to one another. You can go check her out also. And that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe, because why not? Why aren't you? Just do it. But subscribe, really. And I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!